Police car lightweight. Before you spend another Lincoln wheat penny, give me just 30 seconds. What if one tiny detail on a 1951 or 1957 D wheat penny is the reason collectors never stop searching for them? Millions of these pennies were made, but only the best preserved examples and certain rare mint-made varieties truly stand out. In this video I'll show you the history, the collector features to look for, and the details that most people completely miss. Stay until the end, you might never look at a wheat penny the same way again. The coin number 1. The 1957 D Lincoln wheat penny is one of those coins that almost everyone has seen, yet very few people truly understand. Imagine opening an old family coin collection, searching through a forgotten piggy bank, or finding a dusty jar of pennies that has been sitting on a shelf for decades. Among hundreds of ordinary coins, one small copper penny catches your attention. It carries the date 1957 with a tiny D beneath it. At first, it may not seem special, but to collectors, every Lincoln wheat penny tells a story that stretches across generations. While most circulated 1957 D wheat pennies are common and typically worth only a modest premium over face value, exceptional uncirculated examples, certified high-grade coins, and genuine mint-error pieces continue to attract serious collector interest. The excitement of collecting comes from learning which details matter and why some examples become far more desirable than others. The Lincoln wheat penny first appeared in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first regularly circulating United States coin to feature the portrait of a real historical figure. The obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, presents Lincoln with a calm and determined expression, while the reverse features two graceful wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. This simple yet elegant design became one of the most beloved coins in American history. By the time the 1957 D issue was struck, the wheat penny had already been part of everyday American life for nearly 50 years. The year 1957 holds a special place in the Lincoln wheat penny series because it came near the end of the famous wheat reverse design. Only one more full year remained before the reverse changed to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. Because of this, many collectors enjoy assembling complete sets of wheat pennies, and the 1957 D issue represents one of the final chapters of that historic design. Every surviving example reflects the closing years of a coin that witnessed world wars, economic recovery, technological progress, and generations of everyday commerce. The small D mint mark beneath the date identifies the coin as having been struck at the Denver Mint. During 1957, the Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of Lincoln wheat pennies for circulation throughout the United States. These pennies quickly entered banks, grocery stores, restaurants, schools, and neighborhood businesses. They were carried in pockets, dropped into cash registers, saved by children, and passed from one generation to another. Although millions were produced, the vast majority circulated heavily and gradually lost their original mint brilliance through decades of everyday use. Condition is one of the most important factors influencing collector demand. A heavily circulated 1957 D wheat penny usually displays worn lettering, flat design details, darker color, and many contact marks. A coin that remained untouched in a roll or collector's album, however, may still exhibit brilliant original red copper surfaces, sharp lettering, crisp wheat stalks, and attractive mint luster. Collectors especially appreciate original red examples because copper naturally changes color over time, making fully original pieces much scarcer than brown or red-brown examples. Professional grading services carefully evaluate every coin before assigning a numerical grade based on preservation, strike quality, originality, luster, and eye appeal. Even a small improvement in grade can make a significant difference in collector demand. Registry set collectors often search for nearly flawless certified examples because premium quality 1957 D wheat pennies become increasingly difficult to locate after so many decades. Every tiny mark and every trace of original mint brilliance contributes to the coin's overall appeal. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1957 D Lincoln wheat penny is the possibility of genuine mint-made errors. Although the United States Mint maintains strict quality control standards, occasional manufacturing mistakes still occurred. Authentic mint errors such as off-center strikes, clip planchets, die cracks, die chips, broad strikes, and other legitimate varieties remain highly desirable because they capture unusual moments during the minting process. Collectors also know about the famous 1955 doubled die wheat penny, which has inspired generations of enthusiasts to examine wheat pennies carefully, although that variety is different from the normal 1957 D issue. Learning the difference between genuine mint-made varieties and ordinary post-mint damage is one of the most valuable skills a collector can develop. Many beginning collectors believe cleaning an old coin improves its appearance and value. Experienced numismatists generally recommend leaving coins exactly as they are found. Harsh cleaning removes the original mint surface, creates fine scratches, and permanently changes the appearance of the coin. Original mint luster and natural tunning are usually much more desirable because they preserve the authenticity and history of the piece. An untouched coin almost always receives stronger collector appreciation than one that has been polished. The greatest lesson of the 1957 D. Lincoln wheat penny is that successful coin collecting depends on patience, knowledge, careful observation, and respect for history rather than exaggerated stories. Most 1957 D. wheat pennies remain ordinary 1-cent coins, but beautifully preserved uncirculated examples, top-grade certified pieces, and genuine mint-era coins continue to attract the strongest collector interest. Every surviving coin represents the final years of one of America's most famous coin designs and preserves a small piece of the nation's history. Whether discovered in an inherited collection, an old coin jar, or a forgotten album, the 1957 D. Lincoln wheat penny reminds us that even the smallest coin can carry a remarkable journey across generations and remain a treasured collectible for years to come. The coin number 2. Have you ever looked at a 1951 Lincoln wheat penny and wondered how many stories that tiny copper coin could tell? Imagine discovering one inside an old coin jar that has not been opened for decades, hidden in a family collection, or tucked away in an antique wallet. To most people it is simply a 1-cent coin, but to collectors it represents a fascinating piece of American history. Every scratch, every mark, and every detail reflects a journey through more than 70 years of everyday life. While most circulated 1951 Lincoln wheat pennies are worth only a small premium over face value, beautifully preserved uncirculated examples, certified high-grade coins, and genuine mint-era pieces continue to attract serious collector attention. The excitement of collecting comes from learning why certain coins become more desirable than others and how history can be preserved in something as small as a single penny. The Lincoln wheat penny was introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it became the first regularly circulating United States coin to feature the portrait of an actual historical figure. Lincoln's calm profile on the obverse symbolized unity, determination, and leadership, while the reverse displayed 2 elegant wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. This timeless design quickly became one of the most beloved coins ever produced by the United States Mint, remaining in circulation for 50 years before being replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. By 1951, America was entering a period of rapid economic growth and technological progress following World War II. Families were building new homes, businesses were expanding, and everyday commerce depended heavily on coins like the Lincoln wheat penny. Millions of these pennies passed through grocery stores, restaurants, movie theaters, gas stations, schools, and neighborhood shops every single day. Although they were used constantly, many people also saved them because the wheat penny had already become one of America's most recognizable coin designs. Today, every surviving 1951 wheat penny serves as a small reminder of that remarkable period in American history. The 1951 Lincoln wheat penny was struck at 3 United States mint facilities. Coins without a mint mark were produced in Philadelphia, those with the D mint mark came from Denver, and those marked S were struck in San Francisco. Although millions of examples were produced, collectors understand that production numbers alone do not determine desirability. Preservation, originality, strike quality, eye appeal, and the presence of genuine mint-made varieties are far more important when evaluating any wheat penny. Condition is one of the most important factors influencing collector demand. A heavily circulated coin naturally develops worn lettering, softer design details, darker surfaces, and numerous contact marks after decades of use. A coin carefully preserved in a collector's album or original roll, however, may still display brilliant original red copper color, strong mint luster, crisp wheat stalks, and sharply defined lettering. Collectors especially admire original red examples because copper gradually changes color over time, making fully original pieces much more difficult to find than brown or red-brown examples. Professional grading services carefully examine every coin before assigning a numerical grade based on preservation, strike quality, originality, surface quality, luster, and eye appeal. Even a slight improvement in grade can significantly increase collector demand. Registry set collectors often search for the finest certified examples because nearly flawless 1951 wheat pennies become increasingly scarce with each passing decade. Every tiny mark, every trace of original luster, and every detail influences the final evaluation of the coin. Another fascinating part of collecting the 1951 Lincoln wheat penny is searching for genuine mint-made errors. Although the United States Mint maintains strict quality control standards, Occasional manufacturing mistakes still occurred. Authentic mint errors such as off-center strikes, clip planchets, die cracks, die chips, broad strikes, and other legitimate varieties continue to fascinate collectors because they capture unusual moments during the minting process. These genuine mint-made errors are completely different from scratches, dents, corrosion, polishing, or other post-mint damage, which generally reduces collector appeal rather than increasing it. Learning to recognize the difference is one of the most valuable skills any collector can develop. Many beginning collectors believe cleaning an old coin improves its value, but experienced numismatists usually recommend leaving coins exactly as they are found. Cleaning removes the original mint surface, creates microscopic scratches, and permanently changes the appearance of the coin. Original mint luster and natural tunning are generally much more desirable because they preserve authenticity and historical character. An untouched coin almost always receives greater collector appreciation than one that has been polished. The greatest lesson of the 1951 Lincoln wheat penny is that successful coin collecting depends on patience, knowledge, careful observation, and respect for history rather than exaggerated stories. Most 1951 wheat pennies remain ordinary 1-cent coins, but beautifully preserved uncirculated examples, top-grade certified pieces, and genuine mint-error coins continue to receive the strongest collector interest. Every surviving coin tells the story of America's past, honors the legacy of President Abraham Lincoln, and preserves one of the nation's most iconic coin designs. Whether discovered in an inherited collection, an old coin jar, or a forgotten album, the 1951 Lincoln wheat penny reminds us that the greatest treasures are often found not because they promise impossible riches, but because they carry history in the palm of your hand.